Well, I've been thinking about what I'm going to do now that I've basically made it to the Haunted Castle. So, when I basically originally played with the Haunted Castle in like the easier play, I basically sort of explored around and basically, like, you know, got the feel for what the place is like all about, and then I found out what it's all about right toward the end of it. But first things first, I got a shrine over here I can use. I think what we're going to do with this, we're actually going to go to this excellent crossbow here. And maybe we'll do this. Actually, you know what? I got this enchanted crossbow. We're actually going to do this with it. You can actually enchant, like, crossbows too, right? So, I'm actually going to make my enchanted crossbow a +8 crossbow here. Okay, so that blessed my equipment a little bit, so now it's, you know, +3 there. This stuff all got blessed, which is nice. So, you notice that this is basically a castle type of layout here. And, essentially, if you go into, like, that area over there, bad things will happen to you, usually, once you come out. So, what I'm going to do, we're actually going to skirt the edges, and we're actually going to avoid going to the actual castle proper, the, like, keep. If I go into the keep, bad things happen, and, you know, I think I prefer to avoid the bad things. We're just going to escape as soon as we get the chance. There's an axe there, don't really care. Brand new spellbook. Haven't been able to use any of these, but maybe I'll be able to learn a new spell soon. There's teleportation. There's lots and lots of spells in this game. Yeah, sophisticated some of random items you'll basically find out on like the outskirts of the castle. There's actually a reason for this when you basically pop out of the castle, and you'll see why if you ever decide to basically stick around and, you know, see what the keep's all about. I did it once. I don't feel like I'm here to prepare for it, so we're not going to do it. That's basically why I'm not doing it. Let's think about it. Let's put that right there. Put this here. There's really no point for me to identify gems at this point, but I'll identify just for the hell of it. There's a stave. There's some worthless glass, don't care about that then. And there's a staff of slow. I'll keep this around. Might be useful if I run into a minotaur or something like that. So, at this point, basically, this is like the portal out of here, and it's the only way out of here is over here. If you go into that keep, you basically spring a trap, and I'm not going to basically spoil what the trap is if you haven't seen where episodes are, so we're basically going to avoid the trap and just, you know, move on. To dungeon level 10.
You know nothing of the power that I found here.
Level transition. That was the swamp we are basically in. We'll be moving over to the jungle next. Much like before, there's spellbooks I can basically, you know, browse. So we'll basically look at these spellbooks, see what they're all about. I'm probably going to start dropping spellbooks soon because it's taking forever to try and learn the spells for these. There's invisibility. And apparently I can put my spellbook spell into a chest, of all things. That's interesting. You can actually spell your things here. Now I cast that for a reason, so it basically, I cast it just for a simple reason. I wanted to basically, you know, use up my mana a little bit before, like, I, you know, hit the maximum mana cap again. Try to get my casting magic up is what I'm trying to do. Here's Cure Element and Fireball. Again, they're too difficult for me to learn, so that's a bit of a nuisance. Let's eat some fish. So, I'll note that yes, there's lots of spells in this game, and you need a lot of magic to be able to cast them. It's actually worth doing. If you want to play like the wizard, you'll actually get like you know, the ability to basically, you know, cast a lot of these spells. And we'll be doing like, what I'm doing right here, was basically, you know, gathering up massive amounts of spells which I can't use. Basically, I recommend, you know, playing like a wizard or a cleric or a healer, some class that basically has some casting on it, so you can avoid what I'm doing basically right now, which is basically grab lots of meat, books, all sort of stuff. Oof, you're really full now. Okay, so when you're basically really full, that means you're like, you know, stuffed. So we're good for a while with food. You hear a faint crash of rolling boulders. That's always fun. Rolling boulders indicates a special type of dungeon is around. Let's choose air. Boulder trap right there, apparently. Here's scorpions. Scorpions are kind of like, you know, spiders. They're, you know, annoying, but not really threatening. Okay, here's a food shop, guys, so I can basically buy food here if I want. Fresh apples, fresh cream pies. So that's cool. Apparently there's an amulet here. Let's identify the amulet. It's crap, I'm not gonna worry about it. And yes, there's gonna be lots of traps in the sand layer if you haven't already guessed. And there's actually a new trap that gets introduced when you basically get to the sand layer called a spike trap. Spike traps are, you know, what you could probably expect them to be. You've actually already seen them, I think, technically. Though, these ones are actually like, you know, pressure plate ones. Not lever-induced ones. Nothing this way. Alright, there's lots of scorpions over here. These guys, it looks like they'll be boss types. We're gonna kill that guy. Apparently they're going after a shopkeeper. Okay, there's a special type of scorpion here. As you see, he drops a ruby, which is always good. I'll come back here to shop at some point, I think. Or maybe I won't. There's the stairs over here. You know, what I'm probably gonna do, I'm gonna try and find the, like, here it is. Basically over here, like, there's like this place you can levitate to. And when you levitate to it, okay, that's not right. So there's a bullet trap right here I've got to trigger, so... Trigger that. Basically over here there's an entrance to some place called Sokoban. Or no, this is not the Sokoban place. There's some more food. There's lots of food at this point in the dungeon. That's pretty good, I guess. I don't need that. What I really need to find is, like, you know, the entrance to, like, the secret area. It's basically like the haunted, like, you know, castle that I just came from at the start of this episode. Like, you know, a special entrance to a special area that you can avoid or, you know, go to if you want. Someone died here, apparently. He has a worn iron breastplate, whoever died here. I'll keep my decrepit one just because it's, you know, more powerful. Here's a spell book of Light. Light's awesome. Light's actually the best spell you can probably get. I just learned Light. So Light's actually this, like, really good spell for casting over and over again. And essentially what I'm going to do, we're just going to keep casting Light over and over again. Man, willing, you can basically get your magic and casting up very high with this. And you can also see what the hell you're doing too, which is a nice bonus. That's a spike trap there, by the way. Worse as you could probably expect it to. Kill that guy. By the way, if you have light, you know, the light spell, it also makes people easier to see you, so... You know what, I should probably take off my Olympics, swimming, you know, thing here. Take that off. We're gonna put this on instead, if possible. Not that specifically. Okay, here's lightning. Lightning basically is like, you know, your standard casting wand that casts lightning. Another spell book. I'm actually gonna be able to like use all these spells now. I'm basically able to cast light over and over again, because light basically is an easy spell to cast. That's still too difficult. That's annoying. Oh well. Just keep improving my casting and magic base is what I want to do right now. Okay, basic spell and magic. Is that enough for cold? Nope. Hey, I learned Fireball. So Fireball's a nice spell to learn. Visibility too much. Remove curse too much. Hey, Curulent. Hey, there we go. We got that one. Extra healing too much. Teleportation. Slow. I learned slow. Opening. I learned opening. Confuse. I learned confuse. Healing. I learned healing. I learned locking. Well, there's a bunch of spells learned. That's basically a good thing about like light. It lets you boost up your like, you know, casting very easily, and then you can like, you know, as a result, basically do stuff like, you know, cast more spells. So very beneficial what I basically had, you know, happen there getting light. Notice that my magic's now like, you know, basic magic, basic casting. Basic magic and basic casting are what you need for a lot of spells. So if you have characters that actually start with that, it makes it a lot easier for you to basically get spells going. I think clerics, arcanists basically start with basic casting, and then you have like the wizard and the healers who basically have even better than basic casting if you want to do stuff. So if you want to cast magic in this game, the best classes for are basically, you know, arcanists or clerics, wizards, or healers. Other than I'd probably recommend the arcanists to play. They're pretty fun to play. There's a scroll of light. I'll basically do that to, you know, summon our light for the hell of it. Now I should probably note, I have all these spells now basically to make use of. Of them, the Fireball in particular is probably the most useful. So I'll put that there. I might want to Cure Element just in case, and Healing is also good to have. And nice, I got these spells here. Opening and Locking. Opening and Locking are just, you know, excellent spells to find. Well, Opening in particular. Locking is just, you know, a for fun skill, so to speak. There's Sleep. I don't find Sleep all that useful, so I'm just gonna use it up to get rid of my casting and such. This Scissor Hood, that's probably not gonna benefit me at all, so let's drop it. There's a marked spell book. There's still some spells I can possibly learn besides the ones I have in my inventory, so... I already know Healing. There's an arrow that fired from a dart trap. Dart traps in like this, like, you know, place work just like the dart traps in Swamp. They basically poison you if they hit you. I'm not sure I ever got hit by a poison arrow, but basically they poison you if like you don't have the armor to deflect them. Moldy meat is probably something I never want to use, so we're just going to throw that there. I could eat this, but basically I'm probably going to throw up. Oh, I didn't throw up. Cool. So I consumed it and I'm really full. Alright, this lava over here indicates the special area that I've been looking for. Someone died here, probably Goblin. I get rid of that. Whoops, I didn't mean to put that on. Alright, there's actually a way to get rid of the shields if you have them on, but I have to find an enemy to do it with. Oh! So, it's worth knowing, if you have enough health, you can survive a bullet trap. But damn does that hurt. It hurts a lot. It is painful. It's one bad thing about having lots of speed like I do right now. I basically move around at too fast the pace to watch out for traps very easily. An excellent bronze shield. That could be useful for equipping, but I can't equip it. Yeah, bullet traps. I actually am not a big fan of bullet traps. I'm not sure if you've seen my other episodes, but bullet traps are just the death of me in most cases. Especially warriors. If I'm playing warriors that die from this constantly. I think they used to do a lot more damage than they do now, but they're still pretty devastating to me. And probably other players too. Hey, extra healing is an awesome spell to basically get, but it's too difficult for me to learn right now. This amulet is what? Magic Reflection is an excellent amulet to put on. Basically lets you reflect magic, but it'll probably be... it'll probably, like, lose its charge very easily. Basically, whenever you get hit by a magic spell with a Magic Reflection item, you lose charge on the Magic Reflection item. Okay, do I want to go over here? I could throw an item there, but I don't think it's smart to mess with a bullet trap. In that particular case. Alright, so over here we have some lava. I'm gonna keep that teleport scroll. The lava is basically guarding a special place called Sokoban. And it's basically a reference to an old DOS game that you probably played. Or at least I played it. Essentially in Sokoban, the goal would be to push rocks. That's literally the goal of the game. You push rocks. I'm going circles at this point. Where am I going here? Up here? Alright, well, here's what I need to do. Basically with Sokoban, you need to basically like get across this lava here. You basically need to have like a digging wand, or you need to go over to like, you know, some way to basically destroy this wall here. And essentially this is Sokoban in here. Now you'll probably recognize this if you perhaps don't know what the game's all about, the name of the game, but you essentially have boulders all over the place in here. And these boulders, you essentially push into like these like little crevices down here. That's the name of this game. It's basically like, you know, an old game where you had to basically push objects in like this old DOS game, I think it was. Cool, casting improved. I feel better a little bit. I should probably let my mana restore naturally at this point, so... do that. And yeah, basically you're just pushing these boulders off into like the, you know, the crevices to basically get rid of them. At the end you get a lot of gold for your troubles. Now, if you push these into a corner, you basically screw yourself over, so don't do that. And if you mine these boulders, you basically summon monsters, but you'll still like get rid of them that way. So, if you want to summon the monsters, go for it. But you know, probably not recommended. We're gonna put that one there. Drop that in there. Alright, we're gonna push that one. Now, in the, like, the game I'm thinking of, you have, like, a top-down view of this, so it makes it a lot easier to do this puzzle. In first person, it's a little bit harder to do, because you're basically having to, you know, basically find stuff on foot. Which is fun in a way, but, you know, a lot more trickier to say the least. Now, it's worth noting you have these, like, free rocks over in this, like, direction over here. I'll get to them in a moment, based on what we're gonna do with them. Push this right here. That one I can push all the way down here. I'm gonna deal with this one next. Lots and lots of corners make this, you know, difficult. But not too difficult. Alright, I need to get this out somewhere, so... push that there. And like so. Now, that's basically all the easy rocks done. These rocks over here, though, they're a little bit different. They're actually fenced in such a way that it's impossible to actually push them without, like, screwing yourself over, I think. Or if it is possible to push them, I don't know. For them, I basically have to go for, like, a sort of, like, you know, different approach. Now, you can basically break these apart. And this angers the gods of like, you know, Sokoban. Which basically spawns a bunch of these guys to fight. And then you can, like, you know, get rid of them this way. That's one way of doing it. The other way is basically to break the walls. I think, possibly. That's like, you know, the other thing you can do. That guy's broke, so Dick started out over there. And once you basically drop all the rocks out, you can go over here and find lots of gold basically for your troubles. So that's basically the purpose of doing all this. You basically get lots of gold. You know, I just forgot about it, but I had all this healing stuff over here. Isn't that foolish of me? I had all this healing stuff and I, you know, used it on healing instead. I suppose I can save it for, like, emergencies, but I really don't need it for emergencies. This healing stuff. Well, let's put this right down here. Pick up lots and lots of gold. That's basically what I'm doing right now. The spells are still too difficult for me to learn, so that's a bit of a nuisance, but oh well. I have to find something to basically, you know, destroy my shield for me. Or enchant it. Or remove the curse in some way. Pick up gold. I hear that this is the roar of a hungry Minotaur. So, now there's another special level, and basically, if you can already guess, you have a Minotaur to worry about. Alright, so this thing got destroyed, we'll take that off. I have a Minotaur to worry about, so I better be quick on this level, of course. Okay, let's go this way. Looks like there's the Minotaur labyrinth over here. Now I need a way in there with a pickaxe of some sort, so I may have to skip it. But basically, a Minotaur is like, you know, much like the guy who chases me around, but much, much stronger is what he's going to be all about. What's this all about? Just make stuff here. Alright, that's no good to me, so we're just gonna use it up. And I'm doing some brief searching around just for, you know, stray items that might be nearby. That's actually a decent one right there, but not gonna care about that. There's a warm magic, you know, reflection cloak. I'll put that on for now. Alright, let's go kill this guy over here. It's a troll. Basically, killing those guys is worth it because it gives me some experience before a Minotaur comes and kills my ass. There's a cursed mace. I'll keep that tin opener. The tin opener basically is used for opening tins. I think I already used it once on this character, but okay, I could stick around and try and see, like, you know, if I could do more, but I think the Minotaur's gonna come soon, so let's go here. The dungeon's level 14. And I think I'm actually gonna call it quits at this point. We've gone for a little bit, you know, now. I'll pick it up next time, and we'll see how much farther I get. We'll get that ready. And yeah, that's basically it. Take care.